Alright, I have read a little bit more of Confessions of a Curious Bookseller and I'm enjoying it. Woohoo! Really liking it. The best thing I like about it is just how ridiculous this girl is being, and the way that it's written is that it's just the emails, like what she's putting in writing to the public. I think it's great. I think it's hilarious. I think it's fantastic. And I also think it's kind of ridiculous, like what in fact she is like putting out there. And I think it's kind of like really like, oh my gosh, right? It's like, do you not realize that like other people can hear you, or like that the internet's forever? And she's even like stooped as low is that she's like putting out like reviews or like bad reviews about like this other bookstore and being like, oh, he probably doesn't even know like the classics or even read a book that he's recommending and selling. And she signed it from like this like Bridgerton character, and the guy called her out online and she's all like, well, no, that's not me, blah 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 blah, right? And I guess like my only qualm right now about this book is that I'm really hoping it's not going to turn out like You Got Mail, you know, with like Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks from like the 90s, and that, you know, her, the small bookseller, and him, the big box store bookseller, are going to fall in love. I don't want that, because I've seen that movie, you know what I mean? But you know what, still liking it, enjoying the format, it's making it much more of an easy read. And then I wanted to share the craft in which I'm creating, and that is this granny square. I really like the gradient of the yarn. The only thing is that I don't know who it's for. At least I'm having it, and it's going to be something I know that whoever gets it is going to love it no matter what. And you know what, in fact, this is like the first time where I haven't like reballed a ball of yarn, and you know what, I'm gonna keep it like that and for as long as I can, so that way I don't have to, because honestly there's not much left and I crochet really fast, so I'm like, it's probably just gonna be a waste of time to do that. But you know, whatever. And I just hope that whoever ends up with this blanket is going to love it as much as the fun time that I have creating it. I know that they will. But yeah, and I was also kind of thinking, tell me what you think, after it's done, buying a piece of fleece or felt, or you know, something warm and fuzzy to put on as the backing of it, and just like sewing or stitching it on to the back, so that way it's not as like flimsy. But, you know, obviously getting like the cute baby pink color, I don't know. But, you know, first steps first is just finishing this off. You know? I think that is the great and most best idea that I can do. And I'm also thinking of maybe starting next week, getting up a little bit early, so that way I can get, you know, getting up 30 minutes early, which means making sure I go to bed 30 minutes later, or earlier in the night, just so I can get up earlier, so that way I can get like a little bit more reading done, maybe get some more filming done, and yeah, because it could be a lot less interrupted, and you know, whatever, because next week is a short week because of civic holiday weekend, so trying it out for 4 days isn't going to be that bad when you think about it comparatively. So yeah, right, and it'll be right after we get back from seeing family, which reminds me that because we are leaving this weekend, this week's vlog is going to be a little bit shorter, which is fine with me. Hopefully you guys are okay with that as well. But yeah, this is a cute, fun-packed vlog. Hopefully I will get to visit another mini library for where we're going and seeing family, but we'll see, because they do have lots of books to donate. But yeah, the Confessions of the Curious Bookseller, the confessions she's making, whew, or something else. And it's great. And they're online. They're there forever. But yeah, thumbs up. Alright, thank you. Bye. Alright, I must say, I've been a little busy beaver, right? And what I have done is, okay, so I have read a little bit of Confessions of a Curious Bookseller, but the main reason why I haven't read so much is because of what I'm hiding here behind. And that, so essentially, I've been thinking that, you know, I'd like to do some more shorts, right? Different kind of shorts, kind of like suggesting, like, you know, with Sam having like text on the screen, me doing voiceovers, maybe some music in the background, you know, and just like me kind of like discussing things, kind of like different ideas for like, what is it that I want to be saying? Different kind of like book clubs or like benefits of reading, pitfalls of reading, kind of like different ways that you can go about purchasing books, trading in books. I don't know, like, and just kind of, you know, like if you're really into getting into like bookish subscription boxes or different things that you can do, right? So then I was like, okay, like, well, I need to have like a background for that, something that's like really bookish and that makes sense for having bookish. So, you know, kind of like would fit the BookTuber aesthetic, you know, right? And so instead of having like my book kind of like, you know, like in front of like my TBR, because, you know, I'm so good at following that, especially, you know, when I find books at the library all of a sudden and like new releases come out on like the Express that I just want to read. So therefore, like, I can always be reading what it is I want to be reading, and I could have like my physical TBR like over there on the windowsill, and great, okay. I think it's a great theory. I think I like, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So, but I'm going to reveal it. Na 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 na. Huh. So here is going to be my bookish background for like the shorts. So like this is what you'll be seeing. I'll be like overlaying some text. It'll be great. It'll be great. It'll be great. It'll be great. I don't know. I really like this idea. I think it'll be fantastic. Let me know what you think. Right? And it's just a bunch of like hardcover books and some like kind of, if you can't pick it up, I'll give it to you. It's supposed to have like a more of a steampunk kind of feel to it that I'm gonna add, subtract things to it. I just haven't quite decided yet. I wasn't able to find some like things offhand, but it's a good start, I think. Yeah, I'm not too sure where I'm gonna go from here, but at least this is something. I don't know. And it was just something that kind of like spurred on at the last minute, and yeah, and it's like something really nice, cute, and out of the way, and then kind of like a perfect, nice little background, and then maybe I could have like the TBR kind of like standing upright, like right beside it. Like, I don't know. You know, like, there's always all these, like, different kind of, like, ideas. So, you know, could I have it, like, well, no, because you want to do, you know, it's always with film, you want different levels. Right? Will that work? Yeah, actually. I really like how that looks. And then I could even go something like that, what I'm talking about. Oh, no. Can't have that. See, you know, you get to be involved in this like little experiment, right? And we can still use the table for whatever it is that we want to be using. Ooh, that's perfect. I like it. Yeah. Right, and then kind of turn it this way. I don't know. You know what? Leave it right there. Move it back. Over. You know, it's all about getting the right angles. Yeah. Ooh. That's perfect. That's like near perfect. Oh my god. I could be here for hours, you know, trying to find the right lighting, the right angle. But you know what? That's damn near what I want it to be. And if you were in person and you could see what's happening, man, you would just be like, give it up, give it up. Oh man. But yeah. Yay! Go me, go us for trying out new things. And I like it. Oh my gosh. You know what? Sometimes you just need to freshen things up. And I like how this is. Cool. Go us. Go me. Yay. Alright. Yeah. See you guys next time. Thanks. Bye. So, I'm a little intrigued. This morning, I did do a little bit of reading in the morning, and I quite liked it. Right? I need to do that more. I need to look into see if that's more of a priority for me, which I think it is, because I didn't really get a lot of reading done this afternoon and evening. I got distracted, you know, by work and other obligations, and I haven't really gotten in the habit of reading on my lunch break yet. So that's really hard, and I think, you know, I just need to take more time into consider and take more advantage of the time that I have. I need to be a time cheater, as they say. Time cheater. Alright, but yes, I'm still intrigued by it. I think it's so funny. Just the mannix between her and the other bookstore owner. I think it's great. But that is that. That is all I gotta say. Thumbs up still. Alright, bye. Alright, so as you can see, I have now finished the little granny square. Yay! Alright, so because I didn't have, like, you know, just like a one ball of yarn, or that was kind of like half, it's not that big. I'm not really sure. They can't really use it as a baby blanket, maybe as like a little centerpiece, hot plate holder. I don't know, like maybe like a little like rug, something to put on your dresser. Not too sure, but I don't know. I'm kind of happy with how it turned out. I think it's super cute and adorable. I like the gradient of the pinks to the browns and the black. I think it's really well done. I think it's super cute. I think I'm just going to leave it as is. And I'm really happy that I chose to do the granny square with this versus just doing like kind of like a straight horizontal back and forth kind of blanket. I think this is a good representation of the colors of the yarn. And it honestly turned out a lot bigger than originally what I thought it was going to look like, and a lot bigger if I just went horizontal, like left and right, back and forth with it, you know, kind of a thing. But yeah, oh my gosh, so proud of myself, so proud of this. Just needed to share. I do have more yarn, still deciding what I want to do with it, but it might be mittens, because I have a hat, and so I think like, well, mittens or gloves. I'm not too sure. Both would be super cool. Right now that I've done it before. Anyways, that's a later decision. Needed to share this. Yeah. Alright. Thanks. Bye. Alright, so I'm officially halfway through Confessions of a Curious Bookseller, which is great, but there's a caveat to that, and that is it's a large print, and the way that it's written is very fast, very, you know, so I don't see any reason why I won't be able to finish it this weekend, which would be great, because I can then get back into Inkblood Sister Scribe. Yeah, and I will hopefully, so the next on my TBR for the month of August is Inkblood Sister Scribe, What Lies in the Woods and the Lost Apothecary, which is, you know, should be all fantastic. So that means that next week when I work at the library, I should be able to return Confessions of a Curious Bookseller, and then when I finish the Lost Apothecary, that will be one of my donations to a mini library. Yay, because, you know, you always want to support your local library as well as mini libraries. And the place where I volunteer at is the library's used bookstore, and it's called Friends of the Library Bookstore. And something that a lot of people don't know is that if you go to like your library's used bookstore, and ours included, that they will give you like a box of books to stock your mini library with. And that if you say want a lot of like, say, kind of like kids books or mysteries or romance, or like even like Harlequin romance, like they're willing to like develop like a box specifically for that, and which I think is great, right? And that they always got like these quick pick books which are like very easy and like great to do, right? So I think that, yeah, like that would be a great thing. And I guess like because it is a long weekend coming up, my goal is to finish Confessions of a Curious Bookseller and maybe even start to or finish reading Inkblood Sister Scribe. But I know that's a lot off to chew. I do not want to say this and then not finish it and be like depressed and feel like I'm letting you guys down. But it is something I'm going to try to do, right? But I know Confessions of Curious Bookseller is a must, but a priority, and it's not just because it is due next Thursday, week from today, but still. right? And I think it'll be a nice cozy weekend where I can like relax and read, and yeah, because you know, reading is important. There's so many benefits of reading, and I find that like my empathy and my vocabulary have grown, which is like so great and wonderful. So yeah, thumbs up to that. So awesome. All right, back to do a little bit more reading before I go to bed tonight. Cool. All right, bye. I have done it. I have finished Confessions of a Curious Bookseller. I love it. I thought it was so cute. There was no romance. There was friendship, and it was great, right? And it was nothing like You Got Mail. That it was actually the other bookseller that had a horrible incident happen to him, but Fawn was generous, and she just realized that she was like, in her own words, having a pissing contest with like the rest of her family, which was, you know what? And it's kind of funny how in trying to define our family, we kind of live out the same life that our family did, and so it's like we're not really living our own lives. I would say that this book was like very surprising. 4.5 stars out of 5. I really liked it. It was a quick, easy read. I would suggest, and it was just kind of like really cute and adorable. It was really exciting, you know. So I'm really happy that I did finish reading it. So now that I'm done it, I am going to start reading Inkblood Sister Scribe by Emma Torres, which is the book of the month pick that I had last month. So go me, go us. Yeah, but highly suggest Confessions of a Curious Bookseller. Bye. I know you can't really see it on my phone here, but I ended up for the Kobo app getting Fourth Wing, and I've read a little bit of it, and I think it's really good. I'm really happy that I picked it up, and I don't know how long it's going to take me to read because it is just on my phone. I haven't figured out a way or gone on the tablet to see if I can get it to work, but so far I like what I've read, and I'm really looking forward to getting it. And I've also picked out my this month's book of the month book, right? But I don't know if it's going to get to me because I'm having issues with the drivers not really delivering them properly. So yeah, that's kind of sad news for that. But Fourth Wing, so far so good. I would suggest. Thumbs up. Alright, that's kind of it. I didn't get anything out of Inkblood Sister Scribe, but that's okay. I always got tomorrow, right? As long as you read. Alright, bye. Alright, so I did read a little bit more of Inkblood Sister Scribe, and it's good, but I feel like a lot like yesterday, where like everything that I was reading was going in one eye and out the other. I really wasn't paying attention to anything I'm reading. It has nothing to do with the writing itself. I don't know. So a part of me is just kind of like, because I do want to finish another book, that maybe I should start reading The Lost Apothecary. I'm not too sure, but I am going to give this book another try, like right now. It was kind of funny because like my bookmark fell out, and a part of me was just like, oh, I don't really care, because I really feel like I haven't comprehended anything that I've read. So it's kind of like, I don't know, but it is still a good book. I'm still going to give it another try. But, yeah, that's just kind of where I am with it now, and kind of like the end of the vlog. I will, of course, update you on my progress and which book I'm going to read next, because I do actually want to finish Inkblood Sister Scribe, because I do think it's really great, and I do like the modern take on kind of like magics and stuff, and just how powerful books are, right? And that how if you want to do a spell, it has to be done in blood, right? Because there's always a price with magic. There's always consequences, right? Do like that concept, but so far a thumbs up, but there's more to be desired, because, you know, I do want to keep reading and I don't want to be in a slump. I guess that's like the big scariness of it. But anyways, cool. That's just it. We're going to give it another go. Maybe it was just this where I was and everything else, but reading is fun, reading is good. Alright, bye.